Hey everyone, it's me, Terrell Quentin Rogers. It's just another hot day here in New York City. I'm doing this video chat, San Diego Comic Con weekend, so I'll be going ghost mode like Boogie Barnes. The only difference, I won't be in hibernation. So I'm going to discuss two topics, but the main one is actually the three Spider-Mans in one movie. I discussed that on Twitter and also did a wall post on it, and I actually got a like from a Marvel elite writer, Gary Duggan, about this. And I'm going to share this with all of you. Before I go into it, let me discuss the Tom Holland Benedict Cumberbatch. I'm not gonna call it incident, but a situation that happened back at Disney Expo, which could be a subliminal message off screen, which happened with Anthony Mackie in a green cup. My birthday color, green. So Benedict Cumberbatch was telling Anthony Mackie that he had to chaperone Tom Holland. Now this is interesting because July 15 was the day of my announcement, and I had confirmed that several days before the Disney Expo. And then a few days after I had told you the world about it, several days after I gave you all a forewarning about it, some of Disney's actors, after my announcement, said that there's going to be an announcement on July 15th of a new World Bill trailer. So it was as if they didn't want me to make my announcement. In other words, they were like, oh man, he's going to tell them he's a secret adventure. So they had Benedict Cumberbatch paired with Tom Holland. It was kind of funny because back in June I said the Spider-Man glitch theory, Doctor Strange glitch Spider-Man, and then I came out with the announcement that me and Doctor Strange glitch Spider-Man, and then it was ironic how they had Doctor Strange paired with Tom Holland. And Benedict Cumberbatch, he was telling Anthony Mackie, they got me chaperoning this guy, and Mackie came out with a green cup, my birthday color. And then, which is also the birthday color, the Infinity Time Stone green. And you all remember back in May 2015, I did that extra ending with the Infinity Time Stone. This was before Doctor Strange was written with the movie. So, subliminal messages. This is how Hollywood works. Get over it, people. I'm coming. So, let me go into the three Spider-Mans in one. Oh, and before I even get to three Spider-Man in one, Tom Holland opened the cup. He said it was empty. Anthony Mackie said he knows. That message about the cup being empty, Spider-Man's life is empty. It's an illusion. That Spider-Man may not be real. Like I said, Spider-Man glitch theory. That Spider-Man's probably an illusion. And then the reporter during that segment was saying how Spider-Man's not being access to the script. It was like he was rubbing it in. That was kind of like an awkward video. You all saw the link I posted in my blog yesterday, my video blog. There's a situation going on between Marvel and Sony even before that with Kevin Feige and Amy Pascal. Something's going on. It's not a laughing matter. You all think it's funny. I don't find it funny. And I'm saying that as somebody that is a huge fan of the Marvel basically, and even Disney. And something's happening. And like I said, I don't like the way the situation is being handled. In other words, I don't know what's going on. It's none of my business, but it's like something's going on, and I hope it works out. Now to the three Spider-Man. So my proposal, which I'm going to post a script this week, I'm going to try to post it today I might post it during San Diego Comic Con though. So my idea, three Spider-Mans in one, it's going to involve the Infinity Time Stone. If this glitch theory, which I believe is true. So what's going to happen is that me and Doctor Strange would correct the timeline. So if there's going to be a departure with Tom Holland not being Spider-Man after Infinity Time War, in order for nobody to not get hurt, this is what you would do: bring back all three Spider-Mans. If I don't know if that story is true that Andrew Garfield disrespected the president of Sony. I don't know if that's a truth or a lie. Sony will have to confirm this. So if it's not true, then this is how this will work. Tom Holland is a child Spider-Man. Andrew Garfield is a teenage Spider-Man. And then Tobey Maguire is the adult main Spider-Man. That's your Spider-Man. And then you would basically have the return of the Fantastic Four. Captain America's put the rest, or Frozen, or I would say put the rest. Chris Evans is flame on again. You bring back Snipes. That would be the definition of basically why Snipes left with Kevin Feige last year. So the return of Blade. And then you have the return of the X-Men, Hugh Jackman, partners, besides me, of course, partnered with me to take out Thanos, the punch. And then it gets really interesting now, because that's the X-Men basically as well. Then it gets really interesting, because that means the reboot of the Avengers. Now, James Gunn, this was the night before I did a video last night about this too. Infinity Wars was renamed Infinity War. The reason was that because Infinity Wars is a universal war across the universe, whereas Infinity War, this is basically Thanos bringing the war to Earth. So it's no longer a universal war, it's a war on Earth. So you're taking out the S, and it's just Infinity War. So it's just a one war. That's why it's no longer a two-part movie. So it's just Infinity War. The universal war is now on Earth. It's no longer going to be like across the universe. When James Gunn said it's not a Secret Wars, that made sense, people. It's not like no multiple wars. He didn't confirm Secret War. Gotcha. You see, this is what your fans, most of you fans get for trying to be nosy. Moving on. So that's my proposal to Marvel and Sony, 3 Spider-Mans in ones. I, Troy Curtin Rogers, credit. That's the proposal. It makes sense on paper. If you do plan to depart from Tom Holland's Spider-Man, that will be the reasonable way to do it, the professional way to do it, so nobody gets hurt. That's your way to bring back Garfield or Maguire or both. To the fans who are saying, oh, but a 4-year-old Spider-Man doesn't make sense. How old is Robert Downey Jr. again? How old is Don Chino? How old is Mark Ruffalo? How old is Samuel L. Jackson? Way older than Tobey Maguire. Do not be a hypocrite. Moving on. That will be your reboot of the Avengers Squad. If you notice in James Gunn's tweet, to his knowledge, no changing of the Guardians roster. The Guardians roster would not be affected by this time change, basically, of restoring the original timeline. The Guardians roster will stay the same. It's a return. That's your Marvel homecoming. The return of the original timeline. The Guardians will not be affected. It's a Marvel homecoming. Robert Downey Jr. will still be Iron Man. Scarlet will still be Black Widow. Jeremy Renner will still be Hawkeye. Incredible Hulk. That might depend. Maybe Mark Ruffalo, maybe Eric Bana. Mark Ruffalo did put Universal on blast. I'm not a political head, so I don't know how they will handle that. I'm a huge fan of Mark Ruffalo. I love him as a humanitarian. That's their call. Don Cheadle, great actor. Is he a war machine? As a business person, I would say no. Would I keep him? Yes. I would put him in an elite role. Yes, I'll put him in a higher role than War Machine. That's pretty much it. If I forgot some characters, I mean, Josh Brolin, keep him as Thanos. I would have the guy from the last ship as Cable. I forgot his name, but that lead actor, you all know who I'm talking about. I would have him as Cable. Keep the X-Men cast. Storm, however, I know how you all feel about that, so I'm not going to be a hypocrite. You all are not accepting the Spider-Man, so if you all want Storm to get recast, then maybe it's time to recast Storm. Other than that, I mean, if the politics have their way, they're going to have to keep Halle Berry. Respect, people. If y'all want a Marvel Homecoming, then y'all going to have to, like, keep that X-Men cast. Don't complain. I'm doing y'all a favor by throwing this bargain to Marvel Studios, Fox, Sony, and Universal. This is my bargain for a Marvel Homecoming. Here we go. Enjoy your week. Those of you in the San Diego Comic-Con, have fun. I'm going to go ghost mode now. Enjoy. I'll post my script either tonight or this week. Later.